I'm DJing, and he walks over to me. He was like, "Hey, did I tell you this joke?" And this is the joke that he told me. I might butcher it.
Who, your boss or
This is what the white guy told me. This is the joke.
Guy.
Yes.
That's when I found out that I was a squirrel.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the All Points Podcast. You are checked in with the freshest crew. This is the greatest trio edition. I go by the name of Kyle.
Jonathan the Great.
Smith West.
And welcome to another week of misadventures, crazy stories. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and comment if you haven't already. And if you're new to us, welcome. That guy that sent you this link, he wasn't a weirdo. He just wanted you to get on the coolness of what we have to offer.
Sounds good.
That's what you're feeling. That's how you're coming in.
I guess.
The coolness.
I don't know.
Take a trip to Kyle's cool corner.
Yeah, I'm out the corner today because I wanted balance on the show. I didn't want to just have them two on one side and then me behind a desk. So, but this is my good side, so it kind of works out. So,
I really was just gonna stretch out on the couch.
It's funny because this is my good side.
really,
You guys have good sides?
Yeah.
Must be nice. Anyways, what happened over the weekend? You had Memorial Day pop up or whatever. Nice 3-day weekend. Anybody get shit popping, get shit shaking?
I mean, I was just chill. I mean, I did some physical activities, but that was about it.
What else is new?
like what? Did you go swimming or something?
No, you tried
it was-
racquetball.
Nah, it was a bunch of. I don't
You
know
that
if I
guy
should
was
say
getting
the
into
words.
pickleball like the rest of the world?
You said what?
Everyone's getting into pickleball now. Or
Nah,
you
F
getting into
pickleball. I feel like pickleball is for people who can't play, who suck at tennis and suck at ping pong.
We were playing pickleball before pickleball was pickleball with stop signs.
Yeah.
It technically was tennis. Those
still-
a stop sign works like a pickleball racket.
I still play tennis, but
Yeah.
I've been back on the court, but I don't know. Just
Trying out for Olympics in 2028.
I don't know. Just getting some cardio in. That's about it.
It don't ever stop. Apparently with you, I envy your free time and ability to get out there and get busy. Yeah. What'd you
I think
do?
he said it before. He had kids younger, so now that he's
Yeah,
in
he
his
can
prime,
do that.
He can
I
do
mean,
that.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't envision my life to be the way that it is right now, but I'm just rolling with it. So it is what it is.
It worked out for you
And
though.
laughing internally as we're like, oh, I can't do that.
Oh, I'm so old. Alex, you better not have kids
Yeah, he better not.
because he getting up there.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well,
What was
okay.
your Memorial Day weekend?
I wanted to hang out. I kind of wanted to chill and shit, but every time it seemed like, actually, let me reverse. So like Thursday or whatever when we're getting off work, Friday or whatever, something like that. I'm talking to my, I guess, cousin-in-law, whatever, Seth. So I'm talking to him. His birthday was coming up last weekend or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. Like for my birthday, I just kind of like chill out. I'm gonna just be in the basement, chilling, just doing my own thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like turn off the phone, whatever. I was like, hey, that's cool. I do the same thing, no big deal, whatever. Friday comes along. I'm like, I'm off of work. It's 3-day weekend. I'm gonna chill in the basement. I'm gonna drink my moonshine and I'm gonna play Fallout, whatever. It's gonna be a good time. I go down there, I settle in, and then my phone starts vibrating. I'm like, the fuck? Pick it up, and I see it's a message from Maria. She's like, hey, I'm about to call you. And I'm like, shit, I already know what she wants. Like, she's about to ruin my peace, like always. Pick it up, and then it's basically talking about like, said we're gonna go over to their place or whatever for the birthday or whatever. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, how did I know that this shit was gonna happen? And I was like, I just talked to him the other day, and he said that he was gonna sit in the basement and do nothing. So I was like, it must be his wife that was just like, no, we're gonna have a party.
Of course.
And because a man can't get what he wants for his birthday.
No, not even on Father's Day.
Nope.
Nope.
So I got roped into it, and everybody got roped into it. So we went over there.
It lasted all day, huh?
All fucking day.
Yeah.
And that's like, now you're down to 2 days to relax instead of 3.
It was terrible. And so, whatever, we get home, it's Saturday morning. Yeah. So she goes to work on Saturdays or whatever. Actually, no. She was off. I think she went to work on Sunday, which you expected. No. That's what happened. So yeah, she did go to work on Saturday, but I wasn't expecting her to. Like after drinking or whatever, I'm like knocked out, and I'm my alarm clock went off for some reason, whatever. Actually, no, it didn't. But whatever. So. I'm trying to recap.
You get rusty at some of these stories.
Nah, man, because it was a long weekend of like, okay, we're going over here to drink, and then now we're not gonna drink. And then
you gotta stop drinking.
Nah, man, I just gotta plan it out better. But so I'm asleep. I get woken up shaking. It's like, babe,
Why you gotta make her sound like
babe,
That's what you
I
sound,
got, babe,
you sound like.
babe, wake up, silly head.
I hate when people try to talk to me in mid-sleep.
I'm like, she's like, I gotta work, babe. Sleep. So I'm like, all right, fine. I'm like, damn, I didn't do nothing. Didn't get no cutty. So I'm like, all right, well, at least I can just jack off this morning or whatever. No big deal.
Right.
Right when I said that, in my head, after she's leaving, I hear, I'm like, what the fuck? So I didn't get to do what the hell I wanted to do in the first place the night before. Didn't get none. Didn't get to jack it.
Man.
And it's 6 a.m. and the baby's already awake. I was like, son of a motherless goat.
You just backed up, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Man.
It's terrible. And it was that was kind of the weekend. It was more drinking, more ibuprofen, and yeah, man. Yeah.
You still sound congested.
I'm a little bit. But I'll make it through. I'm gonna make it through. Next weekend's a different story.
It's kind of sad because it's like when you're younger, you feel like you got all the time in the world to do whatever. But it's like when you older, it's like your me time is like so small. Like I don't.
Not enough hours in the day.
It really ain't. You get done dealing with everything. You think you got like a little small window. Nope. Like you said, somebody come mess it up.
Yep.
That's why, like, one of them superpowers I wish I had, like, no sleep. Think about how much time you waste sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, if you could just, like, roam the streets at night while everybody else is sleeping.
Then you'd be a serial killer.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
but
you didn't have to sleep.
Sleep is important to, like...
Yeah, but, like, what if you had the ability to
body.
not... You
said
just
what?
naturally just generated your body. You didn't have to sleep.
What if it was always the question of would you rather not have to sleep or not have to eat? And I was like, I can get a lot more done with not having to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, I like food, clearly. But, yeah, I would rather not have to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Think about all the stuff you can just create
I ain't
while
creating
you're not
shit.
sleeping.
I just be chilling, like, yeah.
But, like,
Nice.
like everybody sleeps, so, like, you can get a head start on, like, everything. Nigga cut the grass at 3 in the morning.
The police called all the time.
Hell no.
But you had that extra time not sleeping to invent the silent lawnmower.
Headlamp.
Oh, well.
Cutting the grass.
What, I don't know do electric mowers make noise?
I don't know. I ain't had one.
I mean, I'm just curious. I mean,
I know
somebody
people that have one.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not silent, but I'm pretty sure you can get away with it at night though.
Like, yeah, that'd be some psycho shit. You just got like a big ass headlamp going on. You just out there, hey neighbor, like dude, go to sleep. It's 3 a.m.
But I don't need to sleep. You just keep going.
Fucking freak.
You can work on your car. No, it's late at
that's
night.
debatable.
You know, you just do it whatever you
You
want.
can hide all those bodies and everything.
Do dishes. Like, I mean, you ain't never going to sleep.
Yeah.
You don't even need a bed. Think how big your room is. I heard it saying
Oh, you gonna need a bed.
the
You
bigger.
ain't sleeping.
Yeah.
Hey, the night walkers, yeah, the girls of the night, they ain't sleeping either. You just go ahead and pull them on in. But I heard the bigger your bed is, the bigger your bed is, the more bedroom you have.
Oh, my God.
But you have less bedroom.
Get
Yeah.
your-
Yeah, I heard that shit
You
too.
need that little music in the background. Like
I was
you
like,
did at
yeah, you're right though.
DreamCon.
You're right though. That's why I don't have a king size bed. That's why I don't have a king size bed. I need more bedroom. I can do yoga in my room. Can y'all do yoga in y'all room?
Yeah.
On your bed, I bet.
No.
Your
What do
bed.
you consider yoga? Like stretches?
I'm just saying, if I wanted to do yoga, I could do
I
yoga.
do. I mean, I kind of do that in the living room and in the bedroom. You know, that's how I stay young and youthful. I got to do my stretches.
You ever did yoga in your drawers?
Why do you want to know if he did yoga in his drawers?
Because you more flexible. I've done it in
mean-
my drawers. In my room, I done it in my drawers.
I mean, you kind of got to like the Wiz Khalifa deal. You know, how he be like,
Oh, he was
Wearing
traded.
them
When he was traded
yeah.
for
I mean,
boxing.
I kind of do that when I'm foam rolling because you know, like your shorts can get rolled up in the
Exactly.
foam roller,
See, this
so-
guy gets it.
Nah, yeah. I'm just saying. I recommend like the older folks. Not saying that we old, but you know,
Hey, man. I'll admit it.
it's like y'all got to stretch, man, because it's like your ligaments, your tendons, your joints is just like all tight. Just imagine
like my
you just go
joints
to
tight,
work,
man.
you come home, you sit down, you don't never like
No,
do
you're
anything to alleviate that. Like you
right.
get more flexibility,
I
more,
do something to alleviate that.
more range of motion. Like
You
I'm telling
right.
you.
Oh, I got a
like-
range of motion, all right.
Like real
You get a
stuff.
Charlie horse driving, sit in the back going to Dream Car. Like
I
you
got a
like, damn.
Charlie
No,
horse.
nigga, you right. You right.
I'm telling
No,
you.
like for real. Like a couple days ago, I was laying in the bed. You know, had a little night terror. I thought there was a spider by my head. I don't know why. Jumped out of the bed. I was speaking in tongue. Like I was just yelling. Like what the hell? I was just like talking.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did. Moved too quickly. Had a Charlie horse in my calf. I was like, oh, Charlie horse. You know, Kiera's next to me. Like, what's going on? What are you? Like, oh, Charlie horse. Don't worry about it. I'm over here trying to stretch it out. Got in the bed. The pain never went away. I was like, dang. Woke up the next morning.
You probably strained.
Still, yep, that's what she said. I
pulled your
said
muscle.
I probably did too much. Now I got big old pain in my calf.
Yeah, you just gotta
Now I'm with the massage gun, just massaging it every night.
gotta get
Kids
the blood
knocking on
flowing,
the door, talking about, "Daddy, what you doing?" You know, just
Damn, what he popping up for? Go to bed.
I'm just trying to get right. You know, but you know, yeah, you got to stretch, man. Got to stretch. Got to open up your chest cavity too. Especially if you're sitting down too
What?
much.
How do you?
Hey man,
gotta get the
hey,
rib breaker.
I got a desk job. So like my posture is bad. So every once in a while I'll stand up, and stretch out my chest. You know,
All right, that's fair. How was your weekend? How was your weekend though?
man, my weekend was trash, bro. Like I just worked. I had to DJ on Saturday and Sunday. It was terrible. Like
Was the money terrible?
I mean, the money's not.
Yeah, when it's solo, it ain't terrible.
I mean,
Right.
It's not. I hate getting paid early because then you go to these gigs not getting paid and you're just like, man, I already got paid, so I don't really care.
you wanna
But you're
bounce.
also just like you feel like you're doing it for no money, even though you already got paid because money's already gone.
Oh, that nigga done blew through it.
But nah, man, Saturday I DJed for this wedding, and it was the first time. Well, the first time my Bell's palsy kind of affected me because you know being a solo DJ at a wedding, you got to make a lot of announcements and stuff like that. You got to let people. You got to basically control the flow of the wedding, and like. I would just make my announcements because you know how I do when I DJ because you be seeing me. I'm like a mellow.
I be seeing 'em.
I'm like, you be there. You be
Like he
there.
be in the crowd.
yeah.
Watching.
Shut up, John.
yeah. You be there. But like when I talk to the crowd when I'm DJing, I'm like mellow, chill. I'm not like hype. I'm just like, hey, this is freedom music. You know, I'm not like
Depending on where we're at.
exactly. So
know,
like me being at this wedding, I'm just like I'm already down 10 points because I'm the only black guy in the room. So it's just like. Like I'm feeling some type of way. So like I'm making my announcements like, hey, the bride and groom's ready to cut the cake. The bride and groom's like, and like I'm getting complaints. It's like the coordinator walk up to me like, I'm getting complaints in the back that they can't understand you. You need to
you
open up your
enunciate?
mouth. You need to enunciate your words.
They say open up your mouth.
Basically, she was like, you need to enunciate your words and
Did you-
everything.
Did you give him a disclaimer?
Smacked
Like,
him across
I
the
let it
face.
slide. I was like,
that.
no.
like, look here.
The first time,
First
I shouldn't even be here right now.
Yeah.
First time I let it slide. I was like, all right, cool. You're right. I'm being kind of soft. I'll be all right. Next time, it's like we're getting ready for speeches or whatever. I don't know what it was, or first dances or something like that. She comes up to me again after everything. She was like, you gotta start speaking louder. You gotta start, enunciating your word. They can't hear you.
Tell
Like,
them motherfuckers turn their hearing aids on.
they're complaining in the back. They cannot hear. You gotta speak up. And she just walks off. I'm like, all right, whatever. going through the first dance.
I start screaming like Samuel L. Jackson at that.
No. At that point, I was. At that point, I was.
You just here as a participant. This ain't your motherfucking wedding.
And I told her the second time around. I said, "I'm sorry, I got Bell's palsy. I can't open up my mouth as wide as I normally could." She's like, "Oh," and then she just walks off. You know,
she still didn't give a fuck.
She don't care. She's like, "That's not my problem." Speak up.
Damn.
So like, as they're going through like their first dance, I get a call from my boss, and he's just like, "Hey, did you get my text message?" I said, "No. What's up?" He said, "Yeah. They're complaining that you can't speak up. Like they can't hear you. You need to speak up. You need to enunciate." And this was the text that he sent me, and I think I still got it. I probably
should have started tuning up the band and handing out sweet chin music. To
basically, basically, he sent me a direct quote from the coordinator. She said, "Yeah, the guy you sent is getting complaints. They can't hear him. I'm fearing that they're going to ask for their money back." And that's when he texted me. He was like, "You need to turn up your volume and enunciate." And then he told me basically about everything he said, and I was like, he's like, "You had to speak up." I said, "Yeah, it's my Bell's palsy. I can't open up my mouth." And he said, "Well, I'm talking to you on the phone. I can hear you clearly. Just speak up."
You know what? I would have packed up my shit and walked the fuck out.
That's when I was just like,
I would have left.
That's when I was like, all right,
I can have this money.
That's why I don't DJ for him. I tell you, I don't like that
These
motherfucker.
niggas.
I'm gonna give you another reason why you don't DJ
I
for
don't really
niggas is
need
reckless.
more,
Well,
but sure, pile it on.
I was like, all right then. I just hung up, and then, like, the rest of the day, and so like I felt kind of bad because like I DJ enough weddings. I've seen enough couples. I've lived through it. I know when I see a couple that they gonna last. I know when I see a couple and I'm like, they ain't gonna last. And so like I messed up again. I messed up again. So it was, they during weddings, brides want to have 50 first dances with their mama, their cousins, their aunties, their daddies, their first son, their second son, and whatever. So she wanted to do a family acknowledgement dance, which I don't know what that means. I don't know if she was like adopted or whatever. But she wanted to dance with two random people. I think one of the ladies was the groom's sister. And she wanted to dance with another lady.
That's the only time they can get somebody to get close to them. So they trying to take advantage.
So I said, okay, the bride wants to do a family acknowledgement dance. And it said in my notes, it said, call up Richardson and Rihanna. And you know how white people spell word names. So I said Richardson and Rihanna. And he goes, it's Rihanna or Rayanne or something like that. It was literally ReyannA. So maybe I can't read, but you know how white people spell names.
Like the last A silent.
It's Rayanne. Yeah, I was like, I thought it was Rihanna. Okay, my bad. So can I get Richardson and Rayanne up, please?
It's Richardson.
Nigga, no. So the bride,
like,
so the groom's talking to the bride. He was like, someone go grab Richardson. Because Rayanne was the groom's sister. She was already up there. And he goes to the bride. He's like, someone go grab Richardson and tell him to come up here to dance. And everyone's looking confused. And the bride goes, there is no Richardson. I don't know who it is. It's Carrie. And I'm like, oh, my bad. This is all on mine. My bad. And then I zoomed out my notes, and it goes, Carrie Richardson. And I was like, yeah, I messed up. That was my bad. That was actually my fault. Yeah, definitely. But I zoomed out and it said Carrie Richardson because Carrie got cut off because it was in a text format.
I don't know a Carrie Richardson, but I know Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah.
So wouldn't if you're sitting there and someone's just
where
like
did the notes come from? It was through text or whatever.
It was a Word document that came through the homie, my boss.
Blame him.
Bootleg.
The way it was formatted, I zoomed in to read better because my eyesight ain't all it used to be. But wouldn't you, if you're sitting down,
my
someone
last
goes,
name's
if someone's just, my last name is
I might
Richardson.
be involved in
Maybe
this.
they're talking about me.
Yeah.
If someone was like, can Holly come to the dance floor? I'm gonna look around and be like, well, I might be the only Holly here unless it's this white girl.
But you jumped the gun on that because Hollywood Hogan would come in there. That's for me.
So I messed up on that. I ruined that dance. But the bride,
Sounds like you ruined the whole fucking
but,
wedding.
hey, I probably did, honestly. But the bride yelled at the groom. And as soon as she saw that, the groom looked at me. And it wasn't really a, you messed up. It was more of a, nigga, help me. It was more of one of those looks. Yeah. I was like, I've seen that look. I've lived that look. I've done that look. Y'all ain't gonna last. And that was just my thoughts. And I was just like, I don't wish nothing. Run, nigga, run. yeah, pretty much. But like, once they got, because once I opened up the dance floor, the bride and groom went to go take their little BS pictures out in the field. And they finally came back in. It was almost over anyway because it was about to storm. Everyone was pretty much leaving. But I apologize to the bride and groom. I basically explained to them. I said, I got Bell's palsy. I'm sorry you guys couldn't understand me, but I got Bell's palsy. And they was like, oh, you're doing fine. Don't worry about it. You're good. Thank you for being here. And the groom, he was like super apologetic. He was like, oh, yeah, no, don't worry about it. You're good. You're good. You're good.
They're going to end up with Bell's palsy now.
Hey.
Nah, that director with a lady, whatever. Yeah, her.
But honestly,
and
like,
she's gonna get a fucking GoFundMe and people are gonna
right. But honestly, it wasn't even my fault though because the way the speakers was positioned, they were facing this way, and everyone in the room was on that side of the room. So anybody could tell you that sound doesn't go that way when they're facing that way. So like they wasn't gonna hear me regardless.
I like it. Divert that blade. There you go.
And learn well. The next day when I had the DJ for my boss again, he basically was like, hey, next time we do that venue, remind me to bring the smaller speakers so you can turn them out that way, because since the fact that so he even knew that's probably why they couldn't hear me, because
why can he didn't say that from the jump? He's sending out this text.
It was my fault. It was my fault,
Shit.
So that was Saturday. And then it's always been my dream to be a professional DJ and back-to-back nights and DJing, but like this back-to-back night, I was tired. I did not want to do Sunday. I did not want to DJ Sunday.
Like DJ for the wins running laps around you.
Man, but it's different when you got to bring your own equipment and you're carrying 6-foot speakers and doing all this setting up and stuff. When you can just bring your controller, plug in and plug out, then it's a lot easier. I know it's a lot easier because I've done that. I've lived that life. I've been around the block a few times.
But fill up for gas when you was going around the block?
My dad had to fill up the gas this time, but on Sunday, I say the couple was a lot better. They was fun. They were I was enunciating. I was feeling a little bit better, but I was actually working with my boss. The guy who gives me these jobs.
Stop calling a nigga your boss.
Well, I don't know what else to call him. He gives me my jobs.
Your
like
associate.
No, well, my
your contact.
Yeah, my contract giver. My contract giver.
Sure.
But he was doing photos, and I talked about this guy on the show before, but the second photographer, he was a black guy, and he's one of those old black guys that like to make let people know that he's black. He's like, so like me and my dad, we're unloading the truck, and he goes in, he goes, hey, fellow black guys, like, because he's one of those black guys that like
didn't hang out with black people.
But like let everybody know that I'm the black guy, So like when he sees,
like, that is whack,
nigga, no, that's exactly what it is.
You can try that new Popeyes out on me.
Yeah. So he looks at me and my dad and goes, hello, fellow black people. And my dad was embarrassed by it. And I was like, yeah, that's how he is.
Nigga, you setting us back 25 minutes.
Exactly. Because he works with white people all the time.
I can see taking that to the back of the truck or the side of it, just shaking him up. Better quit all that bullshit.
Right. So I guess they work together as a duo when it comes to photography. So they be talking crap back and forth. They be shooting shit. Just so you guys know, the guy who gives me my jobs, he's a white
boss.
Guy. He's a white
Your
guy.
massa. Oh.
No, he's not. No, but so he walks up. So we got downtime, so we're just shooting the stuff back and forth. Let it be known, I don't hang out with this guy. Besides these DJing gigs, I don't talk to him outside of anything else. Every time he calls me up, he always trying to, hey, we should meet up for lunch sometime, or when I get this contract, we can go over together during some lunch. Never.
You shut it down every time?
I never want to, because I'm not on that relationship with him. I don't want to be on it. You just give me jobs, bro. Every Halloween, he always invites me to his house because he runs haunted houses, and I'm just like, nah, that's all right.
Take that.
All right.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Get up.
So
I was waiting to use that.
I'm DJing.
My bad.
I'm DJing. And he walks over to me. He was like, "Hey, did I tell you this joke?" And this is the joke that he told me. I might butcher it.
Who, your boss or
This is what the white guy told me. This is
black
the
white
joke.
guy.
Yes. He said, "Okay, there's an Indian. He said Indian, but Native American, a black guy, and a white person. They go into a bar, right? They're in a bar.
All right.
The Indian looks at the black person and he goes, there was once a lot of us, but now there's very few of us. The black guy goes, there was once few of us, but now there's a lot of us. And then the white guy goes, and then they ask the white guy, and the white guy replies with, well, we haven't played Cowboys and Niggers yet.
That was a joke. You just
That was his joke.
what?
He said it just like that.
Yes, with a hard R. And he just laughing, and I'm over here just like,
Pop out and show it.
I'm just over here just like laughing. But like, I was just like, I get it. Yeah, that's funny.
I've been like, really? I was like, really, nigga?
So after he tells
Grab by the
that,
scuff of his shirt.
after he tells that racist joke, he looks at me and goes, "Oh, I forgot to ask you, are you offended by the N-word?" And I was like, "Nah, man, I'm not even." He was like, "Okay, just making sure because I'm not racist." And then the black photographer goes, "Yes, he is." And he's like, "No, I'm not." And they're just like laughing back and forth. And I'm just like,
They're getting their, the girl is mine. Or,
yeah. And I'm just like, this guy.
See, I'm glad I'm not in the situations you are in, because I think they would have been handled very differently.
Yeah, well, I'm not offended by the word, but it's just like the fact you gotta ask somebody means you're crossing the line. But I'm just like, I don't care enough. Like I really don't care. I'm just here to collect the paycheck that I already collected before the gig. And then he comes, and then I play Uptown Funk, and he walks up to me and he goes, yeah, when I first heard this song, I thought Bruno Mars says, stop, wait a minute, fill my cup, pour some nigga in it. And he says it back to back. He says, I could have sworn he was saying, fill my cup, pour some nigga in it. And I was like, even if he did say that, that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
Why would Bruno Mars want to pour some nigga in a cup? And he kept saying, he was like, pour some nigga in it, pour some nigga in it.
Spare time.
Like,
Oh, you definitely know. He's a DJ. He listens to nigga music all the time.
He just be probably saying it like
Probably.
it's nothing.
But he said I had to Google the lyrics, and I was like, oh, it says liquor. And then that line comes on. He was like, and I started chuckling because it kind of does say like he's saying nigga, but that doesn't mean you have to say it there, me. And he was like, see, you're never gonna hear that song ever again or the right way again, because it sounds like he's saying pour some nigga in it. And he's just laughing, and I'm just like, why is this nigga just like saying this to me? Like, why is he thinking we just some chums like right now? So I'm just like, oh man. But
No, y'all should have had a come to Jesus, man, a long time ago to put a stop to this.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even. He wouldn't have been able to say nothing to me.
Look here, Steve of Porty Pot.
nigga, no.
Fuck him. I don't care. Steve of Porta Potty Productions.
That's
whatever.
messed up. Dang.
How's that messed up? He's not
Because-
racist, so he ain't got nothing to worry about.
I mean, you're right.
yeah,
but like,
check
you know,
yourself on your own words, bitch. You offer these low-paid ass fucking gigs, like waste of time, waste of gas to come out there with that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
What does
felt
this guy
like-
look like? Y'all gotta. I need to see this.
I
guy.
don't know. I
Where's
can't
he?
remember. I
Side
kind of want to
town
say
he
like
live
a
on.
Jerry Seinfeld, but not Seinfeld, but Springer, but just like way, way, way less swaggy.
Side of town he
yeah.
live on. He live in Wichita.
I don't
Like
know.
outskirts?
I couldn't tell you. I'd never been to his house. He's always invited me, but I've never been over there.
You know where that.
But
Hey, you want to go to a Halloween
Nigga, you
party
ain't
this year? You want to go to a Halloween party this year?
These gigs be paid, dog. I need to get this money, dog. But I was sitting down home on Saturday night, and I was just like, yeah, then this Bell's Palsy's messing up my money. And I was like, if Sunday goes the same way as Saturday went, I'm gonna have to tell him I've already agreed to a whole bunch of gigs for the rest of this year, but I'm just gonna fill out the rest of my contracts and just be like, don't consider me anymore because I'm kind of done doing this. But like, I know my DJing would just like dramatically decrease if I was to stop doing these jobs. But like, at the same time, I also don't like feeling disrespected. I also don't like being put in situations where I feel uncomfortable. And like when you're DJing, when you're like the only black guy at these events, it's like how do you know who these people are? Because like the first wedding I did, everybody had tattoos. Like I'm talking sleeves, neck, tattoos, is everybody. The officiant had the most tattoos, but he was actually pretty cool. He was cracking jokes with me. He was having a good time. He was pointing out the crowd, talking about, yeah, that's one of the girls I had sex with the other day. And I'm like, how are you like telling me? It's like he was just cool. But like
pillow talking ass.
Yeah. when I go to these weddings and I don't talk to the bride and groom's parents at all, it makes me wonder, like, okay, what type of people are these? Like, like are they like hardcore trouble boys, or just like, what is this nigger doing here DJing our wedding? Like, so I'm just like, because they talk to a white guy and then and then he sends out a black guy to do the gig, and I'm just like, so.
And you can imagine what he's saying.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I got my monkey coming, and he's gonna play some music for you.
Of course. So it's like, but luckily Sunday went good, and then Monday I wanted to relax, but I didn't.
Do they feed the DJ at the wedding?
Yeah, I mean,
well, I can see them like saying some shit. Like,
yeah, they eat. Not serving chicken, but that's exactly what it. No, that's exactly how I feel though. I usually don't eat at the weddings because like, I just don't feel right. I'm the only black person here, so what I look like walking through y'all buffet line, eating y'all unseasoned chicken and ham and pulled pork sandwiches. Like I don't feel right going through your buffet line getting food. You know, unless someone serves me, I'm not going through your buffet line because I'm just gonna look like the coon.
Special plate set aside.
Exactly. So that's like, so I don't do that. But like,
probably got some tranquilizers.
But like on Sunday, they had a taco bar which took forever to get through the line. And the dude who gives me contracts, he was like, go eat. And I was like, nah, I'm good. But the other second photographer, the black guy, he was all happy waving his plate in the air because he was number 2 in line. No, he was he was number 3 in line after the bride and groom because he made sure he was getting him a plate. And I was looking at him, I was like, that's why I don't want to look like a freaking coon going through the buffet line. This nigga grabbing all the food. Like,
see, acting his color.
You see, if your dad would have just, grabbed him up a bit.
Yeah, I was honestly, my dad was hanging around on Sunday. I truly thought he was gonna stay through the wedding because my dad is also that nigga that will go through the buffet line.
not first.
He's done it. Oh yeah, not first. Yeah, definitely not first. But one wedding I DJ'd
maybe
at.
4.
No, he would be no. The last DJ wedding I DJ'd for, he showed up just to see me, do my thing and everything. And this nigga, he wasn't even at the reception or the wedding. He goes through the buffet line with a to-go plate. Damn. He had a whole to-go box. And I was just like, savage. This dude. And we was the only 2 black people in that room. So like, he must be related to him. Because I'm just like, oh, man.
Bride comes up, you invited your dad?
Yeah, but sorry, I didn't mean
someone better be giving out some...
it's crazy though, because some of those events they do be dragging, man.
Oh yeah,
I'd be like, get people the fuck out of there. Then Kyle always want to play like the stupid ass last minute songs or the ending songs, and I'll be like, yo, hurry, wrap this shit up. We already got paid. Let's get the fuck out of here. But I do like in those events whenever it's dragging on, you start getting tired. Kind of want to just reach into the bag and just grab some Tubby energy. Hey,
right.
Say what?
I didn't have my W energy that weekend. If I would have had my W energy, I probably would have been in a better mood.
Yeah.
And if I was to order some online at w.gg, I would use the promo code all points to save 10%.
Yeah.
So
get you some so you can stay awake at weddings.
True. Well, yeah.
Or you can kick somebody's ass who get out of line, You'll have the energy for that.
Or you can go hog tie some coon that's the third in line.
But like, I'm like, because you gotta think about it as a black person, as a black male. Like, how many white people do you have to deal with? Do you have to deal with every day? You think about stuff like that?
What do you mean? Like in what sense?
Just like in life,
deal
in
with
general,
a white person that acts like that?
No, just like white people in general. Like, because sometimes you just want to just like be around your people. Sometimes you just want to be by yourself. But like,
you see what side of town I live on?
I'm pretty sure you deal with it a lot.
I mean, they treat me like a king out there.
Of course they do. You got the long African hair. They probably
that's what they be
probably
saying.
Look at
oh my
you.
God, I love your locks. Your hair is so.
And
I would be tired of that.
Yeah, they just be. I gotta like do a 60-minute interview about my hair every time I see a white person in public. I'm just like, man, all right.
Wearing her Lululemons, drinking her Starbucks out of her Stanley Cup.
Man, I hate Stanley Cups.
But whatever. Nah.
I had to go to church. Well, I didn't have to go to church, but I decided to go to church on Sunday. And
Yeah, because God gave you free will.
Pharaoh's grandpa was like, "Hey, I'm sitting in a new spot today. Just come on in. I'm sitting in the middle section. I'm wearing a blue shirt." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
I've also got no underwear on.
Don't do that.
So usually
Don't do that.
Usually when I go to church, we sit on the side next to the choir because it's out of the way, on the side of the pew, just out of the way. Ain't nobody focused on the side.
Can't
That's
hide
what
from the
choir's
Lord when you're in the house. Front and center.
at. There was no choir this day. So, like, he was just sitting wherever. This dude, he just sits wherever. This guy, and I showed up late. I'll admit it. I showed up late. I was like 5 minutes late.
Well, I mean,
Exactly. But this guy was sitting in the front row, in the center, dead center front row.
He knew what time it was.
And I was
Can't
looking
hide
for this
from the
dude.
nah, pastor owed him some money. He was sitting there.
I was looking for this dude, and I was just like, I was frustrated. I was bad. I was like, why you got to sit in the front row?
He started sweating bullets.
Exactly. I'm just
After
like,
what I did last night.
so I'm walking down the aisle, the pastor's talking and everything. I'm just like, you can't hide it, like you can't hide it when you come in late to church. So you sit in the front row. So I had to scoot on in, and he was sitting right there, and I was just
He's
like no, I made sure he sat next
and
to
you
Pharaoh.
smell like booze.
I made sure he sat next to Pharaoh because I didn't.
Why? You already know Pharaoh's gonna snitch on
No,
you.
I didn't want him to say that to me like, "Oh, you finally made it, huh?"
Nah.
I didn't want him to say anything
That's what I
like
said.
that.
Pharaoh's gonna snitch on you.
Oh yeah, no.
Dad was up drinking all night. He was. I heard him and Kiera in there.
I wasn't. No.
He was slapping cheeks.
Actually, I wasn't.
He was crying.
I wasn't that.
Like
night.
what was he getting in there, Pharaoh? Booty.
That's funny you say that. I just watched that episode the other day.
Nah, you know what's weird about that? Like, why would you walk up to the front? You don't have to sit next to him. You'd be like, yeah, I was there. I was in the back.
No, because like then, well, he actually saved a spot for us, so like I would feel bad.
Oh man,
Like,
it was
we
just so packed up there.
No,
Ugh.
I try to be respectful and sit next to him, but because he enjoys seeing his grandson in church, so I'm not gonna be that parent. But it was kind
walked
of.
up to the front. Yeah, there he is. All right, I'll see you in an hour.
I really was dropping them off. I'm not gonna lie. I really was just dropping them off, but I was like, let's get church out of
You
it
gotta
too.
be like, hey, let me get your keys.
He had
Put
his
his car
backpack
seat
and
in your car.
everything. I was dropping him off where he was spending time with his grandma that day. But it was kind of funny. We did sing "Amazing Grace" at the end. Like my Negro spiritualness came out. I was singing that song like a slave. You
put some twang on it.
I really was, and it was kind of funny because I'm sitting in the front row.
It does sound unseasoned when you hear the record.
No,
first.
it is because it was.
Because on all those movies that they play,
Yes.
the little military.
I've only heard it as a Negro, as a slave was singing it.
Yeah, that's when Steve let you out.
Anyway, but I thought it was kind of funny because just hearing white people sing "Amazing Grace" and like niggas only know the first line, the first verse, and like no one knows the full song. That was my first time hearing the full song from start to finish. But I was,
terrible.
It was funny because Pharaoh's grandpa started off kind of high. And I was singing like a slave the whole time, the whole way through. So come the third verse, he started singing it low with me. I thought it was the funniest
he don't even know the lyrics.
because he was singing low along with me. So we were both singing like slaves.
But it's like the way they sing it is so monotone.
Yeah.
It's like low pitch.
It's all
That's-
exactly. So you got to put some flavor on it. But I thought that was funny.
Right. Well, shoot.
But that was my week. That was
Kyle.
I know it was like 40.
Yeah.
Hey man, there's only 3 of us, so it's like, what do you expect?
I mean,
But I'll let y'all get y'all talk out. But yeah.
Yeah, well, we thank you for, letting us get our thoughts out.
Nah, I'm just
for you to take up like 30% of the show. No, 60% of the show.
Right.
80%, 90%.
So what you guys want to what you guys want to talk about? Whatever. They
I'm gonna do what you
missing
should
me.
have did at the DJ thing.
What? Slap the white man. Just gotta be. Man, no, I really wanted to. I ain't gonna lie. I really wanted to.
Yeah. Man, I did have another thing that did happen over before the weekend kicked in. So Rhea and her mom, they've been pestering me about these freezers at Costco, and they want to go pick one up or whatever. I guess they got it for the low, and I was like, all right, whatever. Like,
That's wild.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why you keep telling me. I need you to carry it. I'm like, of course. You know, get a whip out and just get busy. But so she hits me up. It's the day before it's like getting ready to storm or whatever, and I'm like, or no,
Saturday.
it's the day that it's gonna storm. I'm thinking it's gonna
Saturday.
storm later. It
Saturday.
was I don't know, one of these fucking days.
It was Saturday.
It's
Saturday.
been storming like all fucking week. So
It's
who
been
cares?
teasing us with storms.
All right, whatever, sure. But so she's like I'm already chilling them, and she's like, oh, mom, I want to see you go in the store. She's like, no, she's like, babe.
So I thought he'd just be knocked out.
Babe.
This nigga's
Nah,
always
man.
slumped.
I've been watching like Harry Potter. I've been going through the whole marathon. But whatever. I was chilling out. I just wanted to watch some Harry Potter. I never seen them all or whatever. So
Read the book
you know.
or seen them.
What? You read the book?
I said I've never read the book or seen
That was some witchcraft when growing
Oh
up with us.
Lord.
Yeah,
Don't
the
be
black,
superstitious.
The black
people.
households
Yeah,
with
we
the
couldn't
black
watch
women,
that.
they dominated what you can.
Couldn't watch that.
Partake
Couldn't read
in.
that.
I
Nope.
couldn't do that.
Made me
But-
throw away all my Pokemon cards.
Dang.
I didn't have that strict with
No, that's because my
grandma.
grandma came. Yeah, but anyway, you know.
But whatever. So she's like, oh, she wants to know if we can go pick up the freezer. I'm like, so we hop in the car or whatever. She's like, well, if we just put the seats down in your car, it should fit. And I'm like, do you know how tall this thing is before we go there? Like, can we,
some
something,
measurements.
get some measurements, whatever. So lay the seats down. I'm already kind of like, all right, fuck it, let's go. So we get there.
But Jonathan, to her defense, I don't think you ever feel enthusiastic to do anything when it comes to anything she needs you to do.
That's partially true.
Every
because
time.
it'll just be like, I don't know.
When have you ever been excited to do anything with a Rhea or your girl?
Yeah, like she wanted to go to dim sum on her birthday, and you was like,
I want
want to go to. I want to
Jack in the Crack.
With
Yeah.
the Jack in the Box.
Look, it wasn't even her birthday. It was Mother's Day.
Old Mother's Day.
But that's her problem. She could have went. She could have packed up the car and went driving down there herself. I would have been chilling in the hotel room.
In his undies.
Yeah. Would have having a good time.
Got about 30 minutes.
Yeah, she can eat by herself. She do it all the time. I don't help her. She's very capable.
She thinks you think she eats by herself.
That's fine. That's fine. Cool.
Anyway, so you put the seats down.
Her Kansas
So,
City
yeah.
nigga who pulled up.
Shit. But, so I have a habit of so we get it back, we pay for it, put it in my car, it don't fit naturally. I was like, of course, slide my passenger seat all the way up. It
Where's
don't
she gonna
fit.
sit?
Dang.
It don't fit.
Where was she gonna sit?
I
Wait.
slide the driver's seat. Lift it up, make sure it's all like a 90 degree, even more. Slide it all the
How
way
big
up.
was the
It was
deep freezer?
long.
What are they
a-
trying to hide bodies?
Damn, what you trying to put?
Why
the
they need
whole
that
deer
Yeah.
meat in there? The
I
whole
don't
cow?
fucking know, but this is what I'm saying.
gonna
Like
freeze
that's
a whole
why I
bunch
be
of noodles.
frustrated because I'm like, I know this shit ain't gonna work. Like you just out of nowhere, just last minute, just like, oh, give me go, and I'm like, all right, fuck it. So it don't fit on the first try. Don't fit on the second try, and then it finally fits or whatever when I scoot everything all the way up. So I'm
After
like,
you done,
So
like,
you come
shave-
to a complete stop and the lift gate pops up.
No,
It rolls
it-
out the back.
nah, it closed and it clicked, so it was nice and
After you
sealed.
done shaved off the side,
Yeah,
like
he
the
done-
speaker seat.
he done some leather done came up.
Exactly. I had to squeeze it. I was putting some butter in there, just lubing it up.
Yep.
But so it fits, and I'm like, well, you're gonna have to drive because there's no way I can sit there and then fucking do
Oh,
that.
you better
He
try.
got his chest all on the steering
Yeah,
wheel.
like belly on the steering. What you talking about? I ain't no fucking way we was about to drive with me just like, oh, like,
I'm like
there's
Jack
no
in
way.
a small car.
So I'm in the front seat or the passenger seat,
Like Johnny
and
Bravo
mind you, it's all the way up. Like I got a cowboy into that bitch just to get in, like sideways, put my knee in, and my knee is like pressed up against the glove compartment, and it's plastic, so it's just like anytime we hit a bump, and like whole time
I'm
like
surprised you trusted her to drive.
she could fit there.
But,
So
you
like
know-
I'm sitting up like this because like the seat's all the way up, and I'm pressed against the
It's like
windshield.
the things I do for her.
Yeah, and like granted, I probably could have like moved my head around and like did this or some shit
you
like that.
gotta let her know.
I gotta let her know. I gotta stay in the most uncomfortable position and just be like,
Yeah.
The whole time.
the whole time, just to be like, yep, you dragged me away from my bed, my Harry Potter.
Yep.
I gotta come and do this bullshit.
Your chin tucking your chest. Dang.
So I was just like, well, that's fucking fantastic. I was like, and she didn't give me no butt.
Of course not. Well, y'all got a new freezer though.
No, her mom got a new freezer.
Dang.
It didn't have shit to do with me.
It better be filled with meat.
Yeah, that's their problem.
You better be able to go in that freezer and grab whatever meat you find in
Nah,
there.
I ain't going over there. I want meat out of my own freezer where I don't have to leave the house and put on pants.
Sure. Did she even have room for a freezer?
Who, her mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But man, like
There was no incentive.
Because
they just
it was like she didn't give me
nothing. I didn't get a handy dandy. She didn't put no spit on it. Nothing.
Yeah,
She didn't show her butt. Nothing. You know, nothing. Didn't wink at me. I didn't get things, babe.
I bet she was happy though. You did.
What that got to do with me?
She was driving comfortably, knowing that I got a man that would at the drop of a hat.
I'm in my single mode, but I just keep hearing all these like horror stories about people's relationships. And I just hear all day, every day, and I just be like it's comical to me, but at the same time, it's like, do I want to get back into something like
Let me
this?
stop you there. Let me stop. When I tell these stories, it's not a horrible relationship or anything. It's entertainment.
The way
It's life.
the way you be acting,
It's entertainment.
the
Come
way
on.
you be acting.
But did she thank you afterwards?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
She make you a plate.
No.
See,
Did she at least readjust your seat back once the thing was
You
out?
hit the button and it'll go right
You
back.
had to eat a bowl of cereal, finish watching your Harry Potter.
You
You
didn't
didn't
get
get
no
a
meat,
nice
nothing.
hot meal.
Dang.
Nope. The things I do,
No
man.
dessert.
The things I do. It's crazy.
It is kind of crazy because you mentioned being single and stuff like that, and like I think I know what kind of woman. What kind of woman you probably need.
You point at?
Yeah. Well,
you talking to me, but she
I was
looking at
thinking
him.
about you,
What?
but the way you talk about your woman, like a traveling nurse.
Nah.
got-
Because that means that I got to
because-
stay home with the kids then.
You're right. Did you?
Travel nurses is wild.
They make some
wait,
money.
wait.
They got to get their own Airbnb.
So
and
y'all know that stigma, right? How men fear women that are traveling nurses, in the military, or flight attendants.
No. Didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
they gonna spin the block.
They ain't never home.
They got
ain't
full
never home.
access to all these
all
sharks
the-
and piranhas out here, ready to wait and devour.
Yeah, y'all.
And everybody ready to devour somebody in some scrubs. You already know that.
Have you seen those videos where they're blind dating? They come out and they're like, oh yeah, and the men are holding balloons, and like the women's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I like blah blah blah, I like this and that, and everyone pops their balloon.
Yeah.
They're not interested. Yep, this black woman came out and she was like, well, I'm a traveling nurse, and all you hear is a whole bunch of pops just going off because men don't like traveling nurses. They're never home.
Some people just. I hate those videos because it just shows how
shallow
pretend
everyone is.
shallow people are or whatever. But some people
like however long your stint is, you can be gone for like 3, 5, 6 months
In a whole different city,
Airbnb,
in an Airbnb, in a hotel.
You know, they ain't just gonna go to work and go to their crib. You know, they gonna want entertainment. They gonna,
Exactly.
unless they're boring.
What do you mean?
Them
Unless
Matumbe's
they're
gonna come
boring.
through.
That like the hermit crabs is gonna go sit in the house until it's time for the next shift. Nah,
Dr. Matumbe's gonna be like, hey, come
Yeah,
down
come
to
have
the
a drink with
7-Eleven club.
That'd be great though.
But she making all the money though.
she is though.
So
long
you can
as-
just sit
long
at
as-
home in your
yeah.
underwear.
As long as she's bringing
And
home
she
the
come
money.
back home and like wondering why she's still with your ass.
I'd be like,
She done seen a whole slew of doctors in a whole different city.
nah, you know why? You be like, you know why?
Every time
You know why?
Every time she come home, the microwave's still dirty. The carpet ain't vacuumed.
Got bowls and bowls of cereal. Baby walking around with a saggy diaper.
Dirty ass drawers still sitting in the same spot it was before she left.
That's what you gotta look at. Like,
House
yeah, I know what you like. I got it all nice and nasty for you, girl.
Bed ain't made. Her side of the bed wrinkly for some reason. Like, nigga, how you been sleeping?
Right.
Comfortably, apparently.
I don't know. Like, I wouldn't mind it. Like, yeah, I guess you just gotta trust your woman at that point. Trust that she gonna, But if she bringing home money and buying you everything you ever wanted, why not?
I don't know.
What is everything I ever wanted? What is
Like
that?
I said, it couldn't be me. Like I said, it means I gotta stay home with kids and nah. But when people do go through that and then they get their relationship right, it probably makes us stronger and shit. You can go a little further, like down to Cancun and hop on a cruise or something like that. Special cruises that they have for people called spicy cruises.
Spicy cruises?
Yeah. Yeah, they put drapes on the windows of the cruise ships and everything.
Upside
and you remember
down pineapples.
You say what?
Upside down pineapples.
Yeah, those peoples. It's been popping up on my algorithms a lot lately. I ain't been searching nothing. Okay, let me put that out there.
Nah, he's a swinger.
No, I haven't.
That's
Should I call it a book a cruise or should I call Cap? Which one is it?
Depends on you. What you comfortable
I don't know
with?
how spicy
you
is
gonna
this
book a cruise?
So what happens on these spicy cruises?
People be fucking like they're couples or whatever, and like they got like a whole section, and like there's this chick on this video. She's showing like this whole little section area. They got like drapes on the windows and shit, and it's kind of ghetto because they just got a bunch of like mattresses just laid out
That's all
like
they
damn near
need.
near next to each other.
That's
like
all they need.
It's
Mattresses and some curtains.
yeah, but I don't know. It might be a blow up mattress. Like I'm not gonna be on a cruise ship, rocking and shit on some fucking air mattress or whatever, trying to tear some walls down.
That ain't luxury. That ain't what I paid for.
Well, that depends on that cruise. That's probably what you're paying for. But
bet
that's
it
only
stank.
like when you want to get it in like a whole group setting or whatever.
I bet it stank too.
You never know.
Ain't no way you out there smelling around fish and smelling fish.
They might got those little timed air freshener things that
No.
just every few seconds,
Just
whatever.
kill the mood
Them things be freaking me out.
out of nowhere.
You just be sitting there watching TV, you hear it, and it's like, what was that?
People be going in just pre-jacking, getting scared or whatever.
Nah, ain't no
It don't
way.
even sound like a good time. That don't
Ain't
even
no
sound
way.
like an experience.
Yeah, it's stopping in Cancun.
That's where it started.
I was like, you got laid out air mattresses.
Nah, nope.
Hell no.
Say
You like free
no.
drinks, free
It's
food.
like Skid Row.
I mean,
like,
I imagine you paying for it.
I'm
so-
going on a cruise next year around this time
Yeah.
with my family.
Ooh.
Yeah. But nah, ain't none of that gonna be happening.
You wouldn't?
Nah, I couldn't be on no spicy cruise. Everyone just having sex. Did
Why?
I tell you that time we was at Power and Light and like everyone was walking around with these giant pineapple cups?
Yeah, you did tell us that
Yeah.
story when
Everybody was
she had to
swingers.
smuggle some drinks in the
Yes.
club.
Everybody was swingers and they was trying to get on.
Those are the air mattresses?
Yeah, like mattresses and then
Man,
just-
my legs gonna be hanging off that.
That's what I mean. They're
It looked like
all-
a giant coaster.
Yeah. She got it like all set up through here and everything, and yeah, man.
Nah, because I'm
no.
predicting
No.
like
You say what?
I'm predicting like 75% of these people are like probably got like dad bods.
Yeah.
and,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah,
you know,
nudist beaches ain't as
Mom
sexy as everyone
bods.
makes it seem like.
and it's just like, no, I ain't trying to see all that.
I mean, but if you
shaving.
could like review the list or whatever before going on,
like
you're
you standing in line with your bag and just looking down the line.
and you're like,
Are you
nah,
standing in
this ain't
line at
for
a
me.
buffet or something?
I mean,
Trying
you
to see
might
what
be.
looks good. And
That'd be so
what you gonna
fucking
put on
good.
your plate and what you gonna you skip over?
It's like when you drop the kids off at school and you looking at all the mamas and be like, okay, yeah,
Been there.
yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about.
I'm like, yeah. What about a play date? Leave your kid at home though.
I don't because you know
Nah,
when they're in a higher grade, you know the parents don't get out the car.
oh,
So you don't see nobody.
You're right. But when she was younger though, you know you was dropping her off.
Nah, when
and
I go
the
to,
mamas
you
was
know, when
like,
I go to like the basketball games and the gymnastics,
the mamas be
events,
there.
You know.
You already know. Yep.
Oh shit, I didn't even say. So like last week or whatever, sometime we can get out of here. But it was Fina's graduation, and we don't do that here.
Oh,
No, it's okay. It was only she's going to first grade. No big deal. But so they're they're on the stage, they're doing their little songs and dances and all that shit. All the kids are doing their steps. Hey, hey. And then I hear boom, and I look up, and then Fina fell down. And I'm like, of course it's my kid. I was
hit her head or just
nah, she just like slipped, just fell
Did you
down.
rush over there and
No,
pick her
she's
up?
on the stage. Like I
like
can't.
them little bleachers.
Yeah.
Don't you laugh at my daughter?
Well, that's the thing. Nobody laughed, like except us. You know, we were like, ooh.
Damn, not the family.
But nah. So I told Henry that he's like, man, it'd be funny if you were just like, boo, get that kid off the stage.
I was trying to ruin her whole childhood.
Nah, man, she would have been fine.
That's how villains are born.
Right?
That's how villains are born.
Yeah, well, you know.
Makes
gotta
them
have-
tough. Give them character.
Yeah.
Nah, I went to my girl's youngest son's graduation. It literally was, they said their name and got a certificate. And but you know, it wasn't the fact that I was showing up. It was more like, you know, I went out of my way to show, you know,
You were there.
I was there, exactly. I stepped up, you know, I ain't Alex.
God.
I stepped up.
What I just realized.
What?
You guys talking about promotions and graduations. I feel like I'm training right now because, you know, my daughter's getting ready to go to high school in a couple years. So, you know, I got to be ready for that.
Yep. Bring your air horns.
You know, I got to be ready for that, like, them type of dudes, you know.
Yeah,
Answer the
dude.
door like bad boys. So I'm gonna be in my prime.
Yep.
Still, you know, I
cute,
I might have 20 or 30 pounds of muscle on me by then.
Nope. I'm
Y'all niggas.
gonna be there too, though.
About time y'all kids graduate. Y'all gonna be rolling up. Y'all gonna be rolling up to the graduation. You know, canes and all that. You
That's all
know,
fine and good.
they want to come over.
Oh, you bought your grandpa. Like, no, that's my dad.
They want to come take your daughter out. You know, shut the fuck up, old man. You
Like
know,
I said, that's all
come
fine.
on,
'cause
Fina.
guns don't need, bullets don't need muscles. So
You're right. You're right. And a universal.
unless he's showing up in a whole tank or whatever, then he's probably safe. But you know, get out of line.
Tell your dad he needs to change his depends.
I'm like, how about you come over and change it for me, bitch?
He's just in like a luxury ass Tesla, just like skirts off.
I can't wait.
These tire marks all in your driveway.
I'll be like, hey, shoot, all right.
I
You might got some money on him. Let's rob that nigga.
When your daughter starts dating, that's gonna be funny. Because you got to sit through. Because it's like you have a daughter, so it's like you got to give her that speech. It's like, I know what men won't around this age. You know,
It's like the Will Smith, the Will Smith Fresh Prince episode.
hey, props to Bad Boys. And
You watched it?
no, not the newest one. It ain't out yet. But
That's all. That's out.
the boyfriend that they did do that little door clip. It's the same guy in the newest
Yeah,
movie too. I
Oh,
said,
he
shout out
is?
to that dude. Yeah,
So
shout
he's
out
like,
to him.
Reggie,
Look like Ludacris.
Reggie did a job. He's like, I'm a Marine. And
Yeah,
okay, he stuck around. Good.
I thought that was funny that they
I
kept
still ain't
him.
watched like the last two.
The last one, it was alright, but it wasn't like worth.
It's like the
You can see it on like TBS.
It's like the Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I haven't seen like the last 4 installments.
Yeah,
you
I
kind of
was-
stopped at like 6.
I was texting during that movie. I was like, oh, who didn't see that coming?
They-
Hey, speaking of television shows and shit, I gotta give a recant or whatever of something I said on the last time that I was here about some TV show from Korea, Goodbye Earth. That show was shit.
Dookie.
God,
I was supposed to go back and watch
You
it.
was hyping it up. The
So
last
it was good
episode.
for like the first few episodes and then dropped off.
yeah. I would say, yeah, the first few, meaning 2 in this case. The rest of the fucking show,
He was
it was
hyping
just,
it up.
because it sounds good. Like, oh, there's a fucking asteroid coming in, you know, everybody's gonna fucking die. Like, how you gonna get out of this?
He was
sir?
like, what would you guys do?
What would you do? You know, it sounded good. And then it just
said,
turned into like some K-drama, and I was like, why do you care if the bitch doesn't like you anymore?
Right,
And then
yeah.
they started focusing on, hey, these gangsters are kidnapping these kids, and yeah, it was just stupid. Like the military didn't have bullets for some fucking reason, and it was a lot. And
Like
then
the storyline
Just nothing matters.
could have had potential, but they
coulda
took
had-
it a different
just-
direction.
It just, oh god, it was fucking
Do
stupid.
you plan on watching it?
I mean, I had seen it like a headline nigga way before he even brought it up, and I was going to watch it, but I never got around to it.
Did you finish it?
Yes, I had to.
I never started it, but
I don't plan on watching it, but
No.
I am curious does the world end, or do they send a rocket up and blow up the asteroid?
You couldn't do that because that wouldn't work. But no, nobody did that. And yes, the world ended. I get well, it's not even the world.
There's gonna be a season 2.
No, there better not be. I'll send an asteroid to fuck Nah, man, because like everybody around the world was like, oh, it's gonna hit like near fucking Korea, and we're all getting the fuck out of here, and we're making bunkers, or we're all getting in bunkers and shit. But we left all these people that are in Korea, or this one specific spot or whatever. Too bad for you. And I'm like, that's not exactly realistic, but whatever. But the fucking stupid shit is like even more of the stupid shit. Like the main character bitch, like she's just completely obsessed with killing gangsters because they killed her students because she's a teacher. So she's like hell bent on like, no, I'm not gonna leave Korea to go with my boyfriend, fiance to get the fuck out of the United States and be safe. I'm gonna stay here so I can kill them. Because it's the right thing to do.
They're all gonna die anyway. You ain't even gotta worry.
Yeah, and I was just like, "You're stupid." And so she drives off to wherever she's gonna go do this final little deed. And the stupid ass boyfriend was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go after you." And he's stupid, dumbass is riding on a bike, and he's getting close to where it's at. And then at the end of the whole fucking episode, the end of the series, you hear boom. And you look off in the distance and you see a little flash, little fireball coming down. And he's all like,
he's riding his bike.
He's riding his bike to try to get to where she's at. And then it's like,
it's over.
And it's over.
How many episodes was it?
12 episodes.
Dang.
And, God,
that's 12,
South Korea.
That's 12 hours you can't get back.
South Korea. Do better. Like, fucking disappointed, man.
We got Squid Game 2 coming.
You say what?
We got Squid Game 2, season 2 coming.
They better do better.
I don't know why, but
I don't know why
we
either.
do. We
But
just
God,
they could have ended it.
That show sucked.
That's actually funny.
But I know a show June 16th, and I'm not talking about June 16th. House of the Dragons 2.
Seeing your family on screen again.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be more hyped for the ending of
come in with
Cobra.
a change of color, you know.
I thought you'd be the hype for the ending of Cobra Kai coming. The final season.
I
Of
know,
Cobra
we
Kai.
had our little thing with Cobra Kai.
I'm surprised it went that long.
I forgot her name.
I
I
but
forgot her
she's still
name too. Was it Samantha?
better. I don't know.
And yours was Victoria or something? I don't
I
know.
can't remember. I
That's
ain't watching the
crazy.
show forever.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I think that's our time, guys. But I do want to give a little PSA. Hold on, I wrote it down.
Make sure you enunciate and speak loud and clearly.
I'm gonna go get up. It's getting hot outside, you know. The temperatures are rising, and just remember, it only takes 6 minutes for your pets to die while in the car. So don't leave them in the car. Just want to get that out there. But I was curious. How many minutes does it take before they're considered good to eat?
That's what I was getting to get at.
I mean, so if anybody want to figure that out, no, I'm just kidding. Don't leave your kids in the car or your pets.
Unless
Well,
you got AC.
But one's just like a little bit more important.
Unless you leave them with a tablet that says, my dad's in the store right now.
My dad's in the store. He's playing my favorite music, and the AC is on. Don't break glass, because they will break. They will break them glass over a dog.
Of course.
And WP are crazy like that. I ain't
Or
talking
they
about
might
Wichita
shoot
Police.
a blind and deaf dog.
So don't leave your pets in your car. Get them spayed and neutered, and
Bob Barker and shit.
don't leave your kids in the car either. And that's all I got.
All right. Well, this has been the episode. Like, share, see us in DreamCon on July 24th through the 26th or some shit like that.
We'll be there during the 25th.
I don't fucking know.
Through the
Who cares?
28th. We'll be in
Whatever.
Austin through the 24th, 28th. DreamCon is, I think, the 26th, 7th, and 8th
Sure.
of July.
Come on down and, hang out with us. We'll sign your boobs.
And they don't
you
know
were
this, but Sam's going to be there, y'all.
All
So
right.
I need to put Sam in the promo photo, but Sam's going to be there. It's been confirmed. He's going to be there. And so the whole gang is going to be in DreamCon this year.
I might not be.
You better not mess
Hey,
this
man, I
up.
might get laid off.
Jonathan's gonna be there, y'all. Don't worry, he'll be there to sign your autographs.
Not that it matters, but whatever.
Sign your hats.
Anyways, blah blah blah. This is Jonathan the Great,
It's Midwest.
This is Kyle.
and we
Are
Out of what?
time. We're
Yes.
at a touch. Hey, you're at a time.
Pete,
We're
Pete,
at
Pete.
a-